So here we are back for part 2 of the corroded Gameboy DMG. And in the last part, what I did was put some nail polish on the corroded part of the board. And what we are going to do right now is we will reinstall the battery terminals and we will reinstall the game cartridge. So let's do that right now. Okay, now that we've installed the game cartridge and the two battery terminals, let's just put it together partially so we can test it. So the Game Boy is partially put together. Let's install the final battery and see if it turns on. No, absolutely nothing. There's not even an LED on. So this Game Boy is still absolutely dead, so let's take a further look at the motherboard. Okay, after the Game Boy was not working initially, I did some more tracing around the board and I have found a few things. So let's start with the smaller board. If you look closer to this board, then we can see there is some corrosion on the ground plane. And there is barely any continuity from here to this point. And if you go to the plus here, this trace also has some corrosion. Oh, I just realized I marked it wrong. It's actually the minus. So I will double check if it has continuity. Okay, plus has continuity. Now test the minus. Okay, it actually has continuity. Well, that's good news. But it does have a little bit of corrosion right here, so I will remove that. And the same for the ground plane. And on the main board, and I think this might be the big reason why this Game Boy is not working, is by the positive terminal. We have a trace going from here to right here. You cannot really see it because of the nail polish, but I tested it by scraping a little bit away of the solder mask, and there is continuity between here and here, but these two points do not have continuity and they don't really look good. And of course, when we turn around, it goes on the game cartridge, which we just reinstalled. So that is a bit unfortunate. But I think if I cannot scrape the corrosion away sufficiently, then honestly I might just cut off part of the game cartridge. I don't really want to remove this again, since it is quite a lot of work and I don't want to run the risk of burning off any of the soldering pads. So, but first I will see if I can get rid of the corrosion with some vinegar, and if it is possible to run a trace to the side of the motherboard. So after cleaning this with vinegar and IPA, I have found that it does not have continuity to the other side, so in the game cartridge. But I have looked at my first part of the video about this Game Boy, and there I saw where the trace from this side is supposed to go to, and it basically goes to behind this capacitor right here. And on the other side of the Game Boy, and that would be right here. So what I'm thinking about is to simply jump the trace from this side, from here to right here. So that way we do not have to mess with this connection with the cartridge slot, and it basically will make for a much more stable connection. So I think we will do that next. Okay, I've just installed the jumper wire from this point to right here. I just tested it and it does have continuity along the trace now, so I will show you that right now. So this is from the battery terminal to right here. It has continuity right here. And I also get continuity right there. So I will put it partially back together again and then we can see if it does anything right now. So I have it almost fully together now. So I will put in the last battery and then we will see if it turns on. Okay, we have power now. No sound. But I've disconnected some things from the board, so that may be why we don't have sound. But we have a screen, we have power. I can't believe it. I will put in a game and see if if the game cartridge works properly. That did not read it. I will clean the cartridge and then we will try again. Still doing the same thing, unfortunately. So I will recheck the traces from the game cartridge. But yeah, at least we have some progress. At least we have power now. But I will look at the game cartridge slot right now and see why it doesn't read the game. Because the game does work. I can verify that on another Game Boy. See, here we have a Game Boy Advance SP. This is the version with the backlight. So let's see if it works. And here you can see that it reads it. So yeah, let's look at the game cartridge slot. So what I want to focus on next is on these 4 connections here from the main power adapter, I think. That's what this little motherboard is for. This motherboard is relatively okay, but the bigger problem is in some of these traces. I found no continuity on this trace and this trace. These 2 are okay. One trace goes to right here and the other one goes to right here. So now we have installed the I think it is the AC power jack, and now I'm not getting any battery power. Found the actual problem, and that was that this battery terminal was not sitting correctly and was actually sitting behind the plastic. So yeah, obviously there was not any power going to the board. So yeah, that was a little stupid on my part. In the meantime, I did take off this little jacket and clean it from the inside, and it was actually dirty, so it's not all for nothing. But yeah, basically I will turn the Game Boy on right now, and then we can see we have the power again and sound. So this seems to be working properly now. Now I will try the video game again and see if the cleaning about the cartridge slot, if that has done anything. And unfortunately it has not really done anything. We also need to clean this contrast since it doesn't seem to work really well. I'll just put some contact cleaner in here. Just this one, power. Still not doing anything. So to wrap this video up real quick, basically where we're at right now is that the Game Boy does have power, but unfortunately we could not get the game cartridge to work today. And since I've been recording for a few hours here already, I will make another part where we will troubleshoot the gaming cartridge some more, since we have power right now, I would really love to get this Game Boy working. So that's what we will do in the next part, and I will see you then.